Okay guys, we are back. Let's start this child. We don't need gloves yet. So I went up to try to clean this baby some more because she has some ink spots. I'm not going to be too worried about it because I'm going to root hair. So the hairline is going to come just even with that mark right there. And it's going to be dark. So dark hair, so you won't see it. You'll see a hint of this underneath. And it just looks like a birthmark. So that's how I'm going to leave it. And if I can figure out anything else, like there's a little mark on the cheek right here that I tried to get off and it would not come off. So that's going to come off as a mole, another birthmark. We will work that in. I'm not too worried about that. So you just kind of work with what you get. I mean, it's a used doll. I didn't have to pay very much for it. And whoever had it, what child had it anyway, liked to write on it. So I cleaned it up the best I could. There's some spots, like there's another spot right here, and I'll make sure I put a vein. It'll look like a vein. So that will blend in. I'm trying to wipe it as much as I can here because we are going to cut it. I'm going to show you what. Okay, so I've already taken the head off. So now we still need this part of the head. So, and I still need to cut the arms out and get the legs off. So I will sometimes get a Prisma pencils, colored pencils, and if I can open it. There we go. I will, because these come off, so I'll use the brown. And you want to mark. I try to get it even as I can, and it depends. If I want more of a body, then I'll go back here more and cut it. Or if I want it to be even, this one I'm going to let it be even. So I'll mark even across here. And then underneath the arms, I'll try to get the middle. And just mark it all the way. Well, close to all the way. It's going to come off as I hold it. But you just mark it where you're going to cut it. And then you cut. So I need this. Now this has right here, you can see where it goes around the neck. That's where you want to cut it, around here, around the neck, so you keep this part. So that's what I do first, is cut into that. And my X-Acto knife isn't as sharp as it should be. I can go change the blade, but I'm not going to. So let me cut into this and I will be back. Okay. So this is what I'm talking about. You can see the ridges around the neck by the shoulder here, and you want to go all the way around because you're going to take this part off and you're going to set it aside. This is the part you're going to keep. Okay, I'll be back in a second. So it's off. So we're going to set that aside because we're going to need that when we hook it to the body so the head can get put back on. So we need that for the body. So you can see I made little lines right here and right here. Now these Berengers, I got a solid thing. if you can pull these out, more power to you. I can't, they won't come out. So I have to cut them. So this whole process takes a while. So it probably takes me a good, maybe an hour to cut this off so it's right. And so you want to cut across here. Try not to cut on the arm here, on this part of the actual arm. And you're going to slice and once you cut this part, you can pull this away and it's easier to cut off. But you're going to do that with all the limbs. Once you get the arms out, you can cut down the body and then do the legs. So I will be back after I get an arm out. Okay, so this is what I did. I cut that and cut into where it holds the arm. Now you'll be able to take out. Okay, so you can finish cutting this down so you can cut here. So I'll be back when I do that. So I've cut that down, got that one out, and you cut all the way down to the leg, and see I've got into that one, so this leg, I can pull this leg out and then cut down this solid piece across. I usually right even with the butt crack right there, right even with that, and that's about the middle, and then you work your way back up this side. So I will be back when I get over to this leg right here. Okay, so I cut over to that leg. Now when you get in here, you're gonna have to move like this leg out of the way to get your blade down in here to cut that. Just be very careful when you do that so you don't cut the leg. Okay, so now this is what the body looks like. You're halfway there. Now you got the inside to do. So I will be back once I cut up to this arm. Okay, so I got that leg off and cut up to the arm here, and you just gotta finish cutting that part off. All right, then what you gotta do. So that's taken me, well, if Ariel didn't interrupt me, it would have taken a lot quicker, but so now you have, this is the front, this is the back. So you have your two pieces. Now you have on the inside here, you have these round things. You need to cut those off. You need to, I'll show you. You need to trim those, otherwise you won't get the legs. If you want to put this on for pictures, you'll want the leg to go in here. You know, you'll want it to fit. So, and you want to be careful that you don't cut through also. So, and I think I need to sharpen my little knife here. You go as close as you can, but these legs sometimes are built into the body, so you kind of have to cut around that. I'll show you what I mean. This one is built in when they made the mold. Some of them come off really easy and other ones don't. There. So, you got this piece off and you've cut it. See how it's built into the body? So you want to be careful when you're cutting that you don't cut that, because you'll cut through the butt. So now you're going to go through and cut all of these off, and then you are ready to start painting. So let me put that away. So we've got our neck, our limbs right here. Now these limbs have the little hole. So my little paint things that I have here won't fit these holes. So I had to make, and I'll show it to you. I had to make my own little thing. So I'll either move that totally out of the way so I can put that on there, because this little hole, when you're painting, you need to put, okay, the pencil works. The pencil works. And then you gotta kind of, because it's heavier, you gotta block it somehow so it doesn't touch anything, it doesn't move anything. Now I did have another kit, and I don't remember if it was Gracie, it might have been Gracie. Her holes on the inside of here are way little. I had to use these. I had to use, oh, what are they called? Skewers. So I had to make little holes in here for the skewers. So since I'm going to be using the pencils, I will have to figure out how to, and this is just an empty box, and I can open this box, and I think I'm going to find something to put in here to keep it from moving. And then I can put the head over here, so when you're painting, and the body will stay right on the mat here. Will stay right on the mat. So that's about it. I'll finish doing these, and then the next section is starting to paint. We will put the sealer on first, and we will be back when I do that. Okay, we'll see you in a while. It's going to take quite a few pieces to this. I think I'll do this video, this one cutting it up and getting it ready, and then the next video will be the varnishing. Let's see. Well, maybe we'll do varnishing in this video. So I'll be back once I cut all of this out, and then we will start the varnish. That way it'll sit here overnight and it'll be all set, and then we can start painting tomorrow. So there we go. I will talk to y'all again soon. Bye. I'll be back as soon as I finish cutting this. Okay, we are at the next part. You need a brush, some sort of brush. Some of these little sponges, rip off the top, and your little bucket, and the glass and towel medium. So I put some of this in there. I only put a little in at first. I'll probably use more than that. You can either put it on the sponge, or you can put it directly on. Do it in small sections. Can you see? Do it in small sections. And then you just pounce it. And you'll see it in the, when you're doing this. You will see, just make sure you don't get any hairs or anything in it, or it's going to be in there for the rest of its life. So you just pounce like that, and it gives it a little, see, you can see it's not smooth anymore. So you do that on all your pieces. And I don't have my gloves on. I should have my gloves on. So I do it in like 3 sections. To the middle of the back, and then the middle of the back, and then the butt area. Make sure you sponge it really good. This stuff is really sticky. Stuff sticks to it really good. So then I turn my hands to the bottom part and put this stuff on, and then pounce it on, And you'll hear banging in the background. My husband's working in his gun room. We kind of share the basement. And this stuff kind of dries quick, but kind of not. Okay, so, see the bottom half isn't, but the top half is dry already. Okay. So, there we go. See, then you put that down, let that dry. We're gonna let this dry overnight, and then we'll be back. So you're gonna do the same thing to the other front, and then you're gonna do the feet and the arms, and that's where it's gonna get a little tricky because it is got, this baby anyway has good toes. It has, and you don't want this stuff to settle in the creases. So you're gonna have to take one of your little brushes and get it out of the toe cracks. So, and you do that to all of it, and then arms, legs, the head, you do all of it with this. And I'm not using a lot, I'm kind of sparingly going over it and just doing a little bit at a time. So this whole thing should take another, probably close to an hour to make sure that you get it all and all the limbs and everything. Okay, so I will be back when I get to the arm. I'm on the last hand. With these kind of hands, you want to make sure you get in the crevices and everything. That's why you need a smaller brush to get inside there. And then the head's pretty easy, but with these dolls, you want to make sure that you don't go near the eyes. You don't want this stuff in the eyes. So if you get in the eyes, you need to get a Q-tip and wipe it off so it doesn't stay in there. Okay, so I'm going to do this last arm and the head, and that'll be it. And then the next section will be the first washes, and I will see you then. Bye now.